Now let us do the next this one, that is the continue. Let us do the continue. Remember, the break is a keyword which you can tick it what we were saying. The continue is also keyword, right? Now, unlike our break, what is break doing? Break is getting you out from the loop, immediate loop. It is coming out right at the end and start executing after the loop the statement whatever it found. But in the continue, what will happen is wherever you find continue in the loop, it won't execute the next statements, but it goes to the starting of the loop, right? So continue, what does it do? It skips the statements underneath the continue statement and goes to the starting of the loop. Starting of the loop, right? Now let us take an example. How does it work, right? Now let us print write a program to print the numbers, natural numbers which are not divisible by 3, which are not divisible by 3, which are not divisible by 3. Come on. Now I want to print what are the numbers which are not visible. For example, let us write the numbers 1, 2, 3 is divisible by this one. Now I can't print. 4 comes, 5, then I cannot print 6, 7, for example, 8, for example, up to 10 I want to print 10. Now the problem is, if I use a printf statement percentile d, I using the condition as normal, this one normal program what we have written, what will be done? When I is equal to 3, 3 will be printed. But if I is equal to 3, we don't want to print. If I use break, what will happen? It will come out of the loop and it will not print the next numbers. So when I is equal to 3, it has to skip the next statement and it goes to the previous. Are you understanding? That means it has to skip the printf statement and go to the starting of the loop if I is divisible by 3, right? If I is divisible, when do you say that I is divisible by 3? When I percentile 3 is equal to 0, that means the remainder is equal to 0, right? So here we are going to check the condition. If I percentile 3 is equal to 0, then we say that what? That is a number which is divisible by 3. So we don't want the printf statement to be continued. So we'll say continue and go back to the starting, right? So now let us write a program for this and we'll understand better, right? So let us write void main. Let us take int I, n, two variables. Now let us ask printf enter how many terms? How many terms means enter n value. Means I mean to say that 10. 10 means up to 10. Up to what is the range, right? So enter n value. Again, n terms means it differs, right? N terms means what? For example, for 10 terms which are not divisible by 3 means what? 1, 2, 4, 5, next 7, 8, not 10, up to 10. How many have come? Only 7. I have to get 10 terms. 11, right? Then again 13, like that. So it becomes, we are only talking of what is the range, maximum number, right? So let us store it percentile d ampersand n. Got it? we have taken the value of n. If I say n value is 10, then I want to till 10, I want to print all the numbers which are not divisible by 3. Okay, right? And which are divisible by 3, we don't want it to be printed. Okay, so now we are going to use again a for loop, right? Let us use a for loop. What is the initial value? 1 of I. What is the condition of this one now? What is the condition now? Tell me. If I, that is I less than or equal to n, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. Okay, inside now tell me, very important here is first check the condition. First check the condition. If you give the print value first, what will happen? It will print, right? So first check the condition. What is the condition now here? If I modulus 3 is equal to 0, then I'll say continue. There is no else part for this, not required else. Directly it is a simple if followed by the statement printf percentile d slash t I, and then close and then close your main. Right, now let us see how does this work. Let us see how does this work and see how to print. For example, I want to print 1 2, and just for simplicity let us take only up to 5 or 6, let us take, right? So for example, n I have given it as equal to 5. N I have given it as equal to 5, right? When n is equal to 5, what are the values which you should print? 1 2 4 5. 1 2 4 5 it should print, right? So the output would be what? Output should be 1 2 4 5, right? 1 2 4 5. Now let us see how does this work, right? Now we have taken how much? N is equal to 5. So first when I is equal to 1, condition is I less than or equal to n, 1 less than or equal to 5 is true. It goes inside and finds an if statement. So checks if 1 modulus 3 is equal to 0, which is false, so continue won't get executed. So the next statement it finds is printf, right? Printf percentile d. So what is going to be printed now? 1 gets printed. After that, it has reached to the end, and it has, from here it goes back to I plus plus, and from here it goes to I less than or equal to n, and from here if it is true it gets inside, right? So now what is I plus plus? I plus plus. Therefore I is equal to 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. 2 is assigned to I. Now the second time when I is equal to 2, 2 is less than or equal to n, 2 is less than or equal to 5 is true. It goes inside and checks 1 percentile 3, that is 2 percentile 3 is equal to 0, which is false. The answer is what? 2. 2 is equal to 3 is false. Now what will happen if it is false? The continue statement does not get executed, and it goes to printf statement. The next statement, printf what? I value. So I value is how much? 2. So the 2 would be printed here now. 2 would be printed. After that I plus plus would be done. It comes back to the starting of the loop and gets incremented. I gets incremented. Therefore I is equal to 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. and now the third time I is equal to 3, 3 is less than or equal to 5 is true, so it gets inside and checks for 3 percentile 3 is equal to 0, 0 is equal to 0 is true, so the continue statement will get executed. This continue statement will take you to the starting of the loop. That means it goes to I plus plus. It goes to the I plus plus. Are you getting the point or not here? So now what will happen? I plus plus would be done. Therefore, I is equal to 3 plus 1, it is 4. But remember, this print statement did not get executed. Why print statement did not get executed? Because it continues statement, when it gets executed, it takes you to the starting of the loop, and the statements underneath that are going to be skipped, right? Whereas the break statement, if it would have been, then it would have brought you out from the from the loop. That means, remember, the break statement will get you out from the loop and ensure that there are no further loop is not getting executed. Further, the loop does not get executed. But the continue statement will take you to the starting of the loop, and the loop continues. The loop. So the break will get you out from the loop, and the loop does not get executed further. But continue will take you to the starting of the loop, and the loop continues further. Right? That loop is going to be executed further. This is the major difference between the break and the continue. Break also, when it is used, the statements next to that are going to be skipped, right? Continue also, the statement next to continue are going to be skipped. This is commonality. But what is the major difference? The major difference is break will get you out of the loop, and further the loop does not get executed, right? Whereas the continue will take you to the starting of the loop, and the loop will continue. Once again, the loop gets executed, right? That is a major difference. So now what will happen now? Tell me. What has happened now? I is equal to 3. Now I became 4. The fourth time now, let us take I is equal to 4. 4 is less than or equal to 5 is true, right? Then it goes inside. If 4 percentile 3 is equal to 0, this is 1 is equal to 0 is false. So what will happen? Print statement gets if statement does not get executed, that continue does not get executed, but print statement gets executed. So print I is equal to prints 4. Now you see how you skipped the print of 3, right? So you want to skip anything, you can use the continue statement, right? Now what will happen? It will I plus plus is going to be done. Therefore I is equal to 4 plus 1, that is equal to 5, right? Then the fifth time, when I is equal to 5, 5 is less than or equal to 5 is true. Then again, if condition, if 5 percentile 3 is equal to 0, right? That is what? False. So it goes inside. If condition does not get executed, right? If is false, so the body of the loop, that continue, does not get executed. And after that, what will happen? Printf statement 5 gets printed. 5 got printed. Now what will happen? I plus plus. I plus plus. Therefore, I is equal to 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Now the sixth time, when I is equal to 6, that is 6 is less than or equal to 5 is false. So the loop does not get executed. If, for example, I had 6, n value as 6, then what would have happened? Now tell me. It would have gone inside and checked 6 percentile 3 is equal to 0, 0 is equal to 0 is true. Then continue, it would have come back and I would have got once again incremented. I would have become 7. If I value was n value was 6, what would have been the final value of I? It would have been 7. Is this clear now? Right? So this is what is the continue statement. Continue statement will skip, right? Will skip the further statements underneath that, right? So this is what is a continue statement, right?